Honorable Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy garu, Honorable Ministers, Chief Secretary to Government of Andhra Pradesh, Members of Parliament, several dignitaries who are on the dais and off the dais. We all assemble here together as a part of the 75 years of Indian independence celebrations. 75 years, we all need to rejoice. 75 years of happiness. I've been very fortunate, I lived most of these 75 years. And I've seen an enormous amount of transformation that has happened to this nation. We waited in lines to get a train ticket. For me to travel to Bangalore to Hyderabad, we used to take almost a day to get a reservation done. We waited to buy a car for 8 years to 12 years after making 100% down payment. We waited to get a telephone for countless numbers of years. Enormous amount of transformation that we have seen. We owe it to our political leadership. We owe it to the current generation of chief ministers, like our Chief Minister, Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy garu, our political leadership. I see several of the ministers here, and many more behind them to bring this prosperity to us. What has happened to this nation is with the ability of the political leadership to have a vision, to ensure that they had the dynamism and executed it flawlessly thereafter, made sure that there was an economic upliftment for all of us, and we started not only having economic upliftment, we started enjoying lots of benefits. So certainly the government went ahead and made sure that they created the infrastructure. They made sure that they created the policy framework. They provided us with incentives. And that's the reason why what the industry is today and what we are today as a society. So on behalf of the industry, I represented NASSCOM, I represented CII, I represented many more industries. A big thank you on behalf of the industry to the government and especially to our Chief Minister, Sri Jagan Mohan Reddy garu. So join your hands to thank them for what all they have done, for giving us an opportunity to celebrate this 75 years of glory of India. Now that I have this forum, I just have three things to bring to the attention of the Honorable Chief Minister garu. So three things which are very dear to me of the recent past. I build business all right, but what I spend more of my time is on education, skills, entrepreneurship and startups. On education again, let me start there. I'd like to congratulate the Honorable Chief Minister garu. So this has been one of the most progressive states in terms of reforms you have been doing it. I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart. Honestly, I'm saying this. Whether it is Nadu, Nedu, Amma Vadi, refurbishing the 1500 schools at the first phase, including the last Tuesday, he went ahead and launched the high-end Skills University. And then there's a Skills in Vizag and a Skills University in Tirupati. I think these are amazing initiatives because very honestly, political leadership does not look at education as seriously as Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy garu does. For the simple reason that it doesn't give them immediate benefits. Reflects back to say, here is a Chief Minister who has a long-term vision. He thinks in terms of a longer term, in terms of prosperity for this state and this nation. Sir, my only submission to the Honorable Minister is, we have to implement it quickly. So I dabble around quite a bit on skills. If you look at skills of today are no longer going to be valid for the 21st century. They are the first 2 decades of 21st century itself, we saw that this nation is lagging behind. In some of the advanced skills like artificial intelligence, machine learning, augmented reality, blockchain or additive manufacturing, today the shortage is a ratio of 1:8. For every 8 jobs, we just have 1 person to fulfill it. That's creating chaos because there is a fairly large amount of attrition in the industry. There's also an increase in salaries. So my request and a submission to the Honorable Chief Minister Garu is to speed it up. It has to be not just the 30 colleges in every parliamentary constituency of Andhra Pradesh. Every college, every technical college that we have in this state of Andhra Pradesh, we should definitely ensure that we move forward with it. My second submission to the Honorable Chief Minister is certainly, yes, this country enjoys, as we speak at this point of time, especially for the last 10 years or so, something the sociologists call it as the demographic dividend. It's basically the percentage of people who are in the age group of 16 to 60 are higher than the percentage of people on the other bracket, which means they're more productive workforce in the nation itself. India enjoys this. But if these people we have to be definitely good use and make them absolutely beneficial to the nation, we need to make sure not only that they're educated or combined with skills, but equally and importantly, they have to get jobs. And job creation is the biggest challenge that we have. And jobs will not come any longer from large multinationals. Especially after this 18 months of pandemic, what we have seen as global trend is people are looking inward. So therefore, you have to also look at the possibility of growing more amount of entrepreneurship. Sir, my recommendation and request to you is we should mandate every engineering college in the state of Andhra Pradesh to have an incubator cell and associated entrepreneurial ecosystem to make sure more amount of entrepreneurs come out. It is entrepreneurs don't create big jobs. They're all small companies. But look at the sum total of the number of entrepreneurs and multiply them with the jobs that they make. They are in hundreds of thousands. So therefore, I think the second submission I have for the Honorable Minister is about entrepreneurship ecosystem creation. Promotion, I'm sure there are a number of initiatives that his government is already doing, but we need to do it a little more. My last one in the list is Honorable Gautam Reddy Garu also talked about Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-sufficient India, inward-looking India. We want to become stronger. Andhra Pradesh also wants to become stronger. We want to bring about more amount of research and development. There are a number of research institutions already here. I'm not suggesting that we pour more money into research. My only suggestion is research cannot be a one-way street. It has to be a two-way street. We put money into research, but research should give us very productive effort. They should give us good products. They should give us new processes. They should have inventions. Those should be marketed and they should be marketable. So the third submission is we should create an institution, like it's been done in a few other places that I'm aware of, where we are trying to pull out all the research that's being done within a state to ensure that it becomes monetizable. So these are the three submissions I have for the Honorable Chief Minister and the rest of the people here today. I'd like to also use this opportunity finally to thank APISC, Mr. Subramaniam and his team, especially taking this initiative of today celebrating Vanijya Utsavam. So it's basically celebrating trade and industry, recognizing the importance of trade and industry to APISC. A big thank you. Again, thank you for listening to me. Thank you very much.